Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. It's trial time.
Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings.
And now you can finally go in that room that you've been wanting to go in for
Oh,
so
that's
long.
the trial room?
Yes.
Oh!
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
At least one of us is going to die. The red door on the first floor.
Well, if you want to continue to chapter 2,
Exactly.
then yes, one of you is going to die, and only one of you is going to die.
That's where I should go. So we actually solve the killer.
You have to move on to the
And so
story.
then it'll have to be another killer later.
Yes.
Oof.
It's not just one killer, it's...
Yeah, that's brutal. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. My god, this game just takes us there.
You still have to do the rest of the walking.
Well, it makes you do that lonely walk, you know, like you're feeling it. Oof. Oh my god.
You're late, Makoto! We've all been waiting for you!
I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. It's like he didn't even he's like, let's not reveal
thanks.
who he is, but we can show that it's crime.
So they really are convinced I did it. But, oh my god, the old-timey elevator.
Yep.
The Resident Evil elevator. I didn't do it.
Well,
Me and Sayaka and I both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer?
the thing is,
Is it really as simple as Leon? Because that'd be kind of lame.
the thing is, not every single case they think you did it.
Okay.
But because it's the
you
first
still have to make
one,
it right, or else.
because it's the first one, they kind of want you to feel like you have all
Yeah.
this pressure to prove it. That's
Not to
you.
mention, even if they don't think you did it, you better be damn sure you got the right person.
Yeah.
The one who murdered Sayaka is... Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then, please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
You see all the security TVs behind him?
Yeah, a lot. Oh, we can actually talk to everyone first?
Mhm.
Oh my god. The stress. Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready?
They all probably only have one or two lines.
So, the school basement has become the darkened stage. We're all here to bear witness to Mr. Naegi's final curtain call. Wow. Glad to hear the vote of confidence there, Hifumi.
You know what I mean.
Well,
Well-
oh, sorry. I'm so used to it. I'm so used to talking.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting the rest of you from here on out.
Being so insistent, even though you obviously killed her? Very impressive.
Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence?
A bunch of stuff to help.
What the heck?
I can't help but wonder that whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now.
Oh, whoops. Did I... God damn it. I freaking missed.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
Oh well, it's not a big deal. Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared?
No, scared isn't quite right.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding the case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth.
I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator. When I finally stepped on, the doors closed, and the elevator started to move.
This is the best because you see they're all there. Every
they
single
get less
chapter,
each
there's
time.
fewer and fewer each time.
The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. Oh, I know that sound too, like ka-kong with each floor. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
oh,
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment?
Oblivious to our shared anxiety, The elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. Oh,
Yo, you finally arrived! What do you think? Doesn't it feel like a real courtroom?
that chair.
I know, that's his chair.
Of course it is.
It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up!
We did what he said and found our seats. Whoa.
Yeah, everyone's facing each other.
No pressure. And there's a freaking chessboard in the middle.
Yep.
It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else. Which also meant to be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. And retells, though.
Yeah.
The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there.
Stood there, really, but okay.
Yeah. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal.
What's a paladin?
Oh man, just get the X on the picture.
Yep.
A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith.
I don't think they do it in this game, but in the second game, some of the characters have their own unique X's. Like,
Oh,
like
jeez.
I don't want to spoil anything,
Well, we'll
but
get there.
they'll have like a symbol that's specialized.
Yeah,
that
to them.
symbolizes what. Yeah.
A deadly class trial. Yeah. I would like to save the data.
And now you can equip like
Oh
skills and
my
everything.
god.
You really only have that one skill.
Yeah, what is this? Increases damage when a statement is destroyed. Ah.
You might as well.
I can hit extra hard.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I think that's it.
I think
You
it's
can
it.
see-
I don't have anything else.
Okay.
It looks like there's only
Yeah.
room for...
Yep.
Alright.
This is just gonna be if you want to look at
Reminders.
bullets again. Yeah.
Alright. This is freaking intense, man. I'm like... I'm feeling it. Alright!
When we get to the hangman
Let's begin
trial, that's
with a
the
basic
worst part of the game.
explanation
The
of
worst
class
mini game.
trial.
Okay.
So, your votes will determine the results.
The first murder case.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay, then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick?
Ugh. So there
What's
always will
going
be
on
this
with
many seats just for their
those
pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually wondering if they rearrange the seats every time.
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates?
I'm gonna go ahead and press X.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
But why?
Okay.
That was
about
weird,
does it
yeah.
For the preamble. Get ready to get started.
This is like so fun.
Yeah, this. I'm feeling this, man. I'm feeling this.
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line.
Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? As things progress during each class trial, you'll engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause.
Oh god.
It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to aim, and then fire with the triangle button.
This is amazing.
You can also tap whichever line you want to shoot.
I can, too. You like that?
Pay close attention to each character's statements, and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones.
Oh my god, this is so intense!
Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls.
And probably pause the time, too.
I think so, yeah. Well then, good luck, and have fun.
Oh my god. It's like when Raiden wins in Mortal Kombat 1. Like, the Earth's destroyed, everybody dies. Have a nice day. It's like, whoa, okay.
First time I did this, I was like, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So the only bullet you have is evidence of a struggle.
Oh, okay, do I have to time the shooting?
Well, you'll see. There's going to be weak points that appear.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already. And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
Press start for a second.
She didn't even have
No,
a
see, the
chance to
glowing ones are
resist.
the weak points. That yellow one is a weak point.
What do you mean?
You notice how all the text was white except for that yellow text?
Yeah.
That's a weak point. That's the only thing you can shoot.
Okay. I thought I had to shoot the person.
No. And also, do you see how in the top right, there were like, it showed you which scene you're on, so you can see how
Yeah.
long it is.
Okay.
The hearts are your life, and there's also later on, I don't know if they tell you about it, but you can hold, I think it's R1 to slow down time if you want, but
Okay.
that reduces the star gauge.
Alright.
Because you only have limited slowdown, so in case you have trouble aiming and shooting
Yeah.
correctly. And also your time limit.
Yeah. So there's something off about what she said, because if Sayaka hadn't resisted, there's no explanation for what happened in my room.
For this first debate, we'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words will appear in a different color. Did you happen to notice? That represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. These weak spots reveal important, though not always inaccurate, sections of a person's statement. Your truth bullets are only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. Also, you can fast forward an argument by holding the circle button. Well then, good luck, and have fun.
I assert that the one who was murdered was
Miss Sayaka
You know that.
and the murder took place in the bathroom.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise.
Yeah, so I can't
while
shoot
she
that?
was in the
No,
bathroom.
you can only shoot the
She
yellow
didn't even
parts.
have a chance to resist.
Yeah, there we go.
No, that's wrong.
Objection!
And like, break.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
Was she even in? She didn't even go in the room.
She might not have.
She was in the gym. She wanted to stay with Junko.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
The music.
Yeah.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Whom and whom?
I would say
I don't know.
that's tough, actually. Maybe between who and whom, but that's really no one would talk like that ever.
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom? She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then
Ain't no voice
she
acting
ran to the
between us.
bathroom
Yeah,
to
it's a
try
little
and
disappointing,
hide.
actually.
The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Thanks, Dick.
Sorry.
Wait, you're saying he's a
so
detective?
what's next?
Yeah, Private Dick.
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Hey, it sounds like you.
Yeah, I actually kind of got the voice. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
We picked medium, right? I think it's
Yeah.
just making it easy for the first few.
So what
pushes.
was used to kill
Yeah,
her?
this should be pretty obvious.
And you don't need to aim perfectly.
Good.
Object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No, it's wrong.
No!
Also, usually you have enough time for it to go through once if you want to hear what all y'all
Yeah.
say. So.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Her voice, Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
You could sort of see
It's
it.
just, you know, completely there.
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
Owie, that's where it gets us. Owie Hina.
I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
Yeah, Asahina.
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of
And you
the
got her
crime.
right on too.
Well.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Oh, no, I'm sorry! Ah! Go ahead.
No, you already said it. There's no point in now.
I'm sorry. Alright.
You can concentrate by holding down the R button. While you're concentrating, time will slow down, so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots.
Yeah, I bet the text starts getting crazy later on.
Kind of. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck, and have fun!
And this is amazing. There we go!
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where
So let's
does
just
that get
try the
us?
R1, just see what it looks like.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that changes your meter fast.
Yes.
Right. You did it in
It comes back
secret.
quickly.
Nobody was in the dining hall.
No, that's wrong.
You're the only guy who ever's just like, excuse me!
Well, that's why I said the second one's cool, because of the
Okay,
fact
yeah,
that they're
people
like,
were
they go back to you like,
I
wait a
didn't
second,
take the knife
no.
From the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Oh. Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone.
So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
She was lost in her
definitely
tea.
wasn't
Yeah.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
there. Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and
God
Makoto
damn
are
it.
in on it together and lying to protect each other? Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
Interesting.
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice.
Oh,
but only the one
man.
who does the killing will get to graduate.
What the hell? Well, what if there's a simultaneous kill, though?
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Well, they have a chance of being immune to the killer himself, probably.
Then there's no way
But they would
anyone
still
was
die
worked
if
together,
the
right?
blackened gets
That's
out.
true.
But what if they did work together
Ah.
and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already. No.
He just comes in and says
there
it.
Are no accomplices in this case.
That's hysterical.
And do you see the picture was like...
Yeah, well, it does that for everybody when they get heated.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
That's
and
fair.
so see, even if you think you know who the killer is, you still have to go through all this, because they need to convince each other.
That's the thing, yeah.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
It's gonna be a real load off, by the way. All of a sudden, a room of like 11 other people or 12 other people are like, okay, well,
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
and he's got like, you know, they make him out to be like this big like nerd type, but he's got like, you know, the cool glasses look.
I can.
Oh,
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
Well, good to know. Good that you said that
I hate
now.
to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
that was weird, but
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
everyone's switching? Or no, oh no, in a room?
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
Nope. We, Sayaka and I, established that.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
Yeah.
Somebody gon' get their ass kicked.
But I'm a girl.
Her name's freaking Sakura.
You are?
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
And she's wearing a skirt too.
Yeah.
And she's right next to him.
That is pretty
Then what
funny.
other possibility is there?
Wow, faux pas.
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Yeah, Aoi's a real ditz.
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Ooh. Someone who's not here. Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was...
It's who you think. It's who they just said. But you're gonna have to do this every now and then.
Okay, I'm just like, is this a trick question?
And if you get it wrong, your life decreases.
Ooh.
I got it!
Take that!
Yeah,
Sayaka's
exactly.
the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it,
And none of them are trick
she
questions.
was acting
Okay.
kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed
God
her.
damn it.
This happens all the time.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
That is true. All we've really gotten is she died in my room and I didn't take the knife.
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should
Hair.
have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Oh, I did it again, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. As things advance further in a class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of it, and it's like Hangman.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. It's probably the worst minigame. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. It's so bad that they redid it for the second game, and it was still bad.
Oh my god.
You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters you already know.
No.
Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Use the left stick to aim and press the X button to shoot the desired letters.
Now it's X? Alright.
You can also tap the screen to shoot the letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge.
Oh boy.
I died once just because of Hangman's Gambit.
Yep.
If this gauge reduces to 0, or if you run out of time, you fail. And so the annoying part isn't necessarily just the fact that
the same it wasn't must be the crucial point.
You can press the wrong letter.
Yeah.
But that you have to wait for the letters to appear, so your time's running out while it's happening.
If we could just figure out what the something is.
Usually you can figure out what it is, but if you don't know it, it's like, what?
Yeah.
This one's easy, it's what you say.
4 letters?
Yeah. H, what?
Oh, hair, yeah.
You have to keep shooting until it's destroyed.
Oh,
That's Hangman's Gambit.
Alright, that's not so bad. I guess it'll get worse later.
Sometimes they don't give you any letters.
Oh, God.
That's right! There wasn't a single hair on the floor!
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
But shit, like her body was in the bathroom. What do you want?
That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
So would I.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
Oh yeah, why would I try breaking into my own room that I know how to get into?
Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
And there's no lock on the door, but her shutting the door would have fooled the killer into thinking it was locked.
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
Now, I don't think I ever said anything, but I love the design on his jacket.
Yeah.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke.
So now you have to find the item.
Alright, it's the doorknob. Whoops.
And triangle to present it.
Yeah.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn. Okay.
There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up.
Okay, so I was just doing a tutorial.
Yes.
Honestly, good, because so far it's been see yellow, shoot it. It's like, alright.
But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate.
Tricky, tricky.
What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they have said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. And I like how the HP is influence. Like, it's like...
Yeah, I'm not getting hurt.
Yeah, it's like people just like lose all their trust in you.
Yeah.
Now, this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions.
Now the game gets interesting.
Well then, good luck, and have fun.
Alright.
And eventually you have more bullets.
Yeah.
Eventually there's white noise.
Oh no.
Like text that other people say that like covers weak spots.
It's a goddamn annoying. Bathroom door frame.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Yeah, there it is.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally,
You're too
the
slow.
culprit had Sayaka cornered.
Remember, you could slow down time.
I didn't think I needed to do it.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? We already know the answer.
It's not because the door was locked. There's a different reason.
The incident took place in Makoto's
They don't. Oh, he doesn't always tell you like what.
Yeah, that was a little too.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down because Sayaka had locked it.
No,
I'll get used to slowing down time with those because they don't give you a lot of time. If you need to
They
aim.
don't.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked.
Yeah, guys. Everyone knows the boys don't have locks in their bathroom. This has been established way early.
After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Hey, it was true even before I mentioned it.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
True as true can be.
I like whenever
As
he
much
talks,
of
it has a different music.
And also, as much of an asshole as he is, like, he plays it straight.
Yeah.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
But that's what made me lucky. That gave me an out.
Yeah.
That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But
That's
the
kind of a
killer
lot of the
didn't know
lucky
that
stuff that
and
happens to
assumed
him
it
is
was
like...
locked.
It's unlucky,
So
but it
they
turns out to be
tore apart the
lucky.
knob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
Because it didn't open? What do you
Because
want?
he thought it was Sayaka's room.
Oh,
Because the
yeah.
nameplates.
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake.
Yep.
Thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know the door couldn't be locked. The important detail about the scene of the crime was...
I got it!
They didn't know it was his room.
Yeah.
I must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room,
then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. The killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
That is a dick, but he concedes.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
What a dink.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now?
What?
Majority rules.
Dude, what a terrible idea.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you.
Nobody likes her.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
No, a lot of people like her, but it's
Yeah, but they're just like, her,
yeah.
well, she doesn't know anything.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit
Yeah.
get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up.
No.
That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
If that's true, I would imagine only a girl could do that with their sewing needles.
Negative! If you remember,
Oh,
Monokuma made
yeah.
it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
What a dick.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular. Because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka lets someone in because...
If you press X on it, it'll explain it more if you're not sure if that's...
Okay. When we told each other not to do it. Huh. I'm tempted to go with switching rooms.
I don't remember the right answer, but
Yeah.
I believe you're correct.
It should be. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
You don't have to select it to...
Yeah,
present it.
yeah.
Because Sayaka was already scared.
Okay,
remember?
okay.
If it says I
That's
got it,
why
that
she
means
asked me to
correct.
switch rooms
Good.
in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Well, even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Then she's a good actor.
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Okay? Sayaka. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room. Whoa.
So, well, I can tell you how I think it went down, but you'll probably figure it out.
I
So,
found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
to see what was written on it.
Yeah, the
before.
rubbing.
Yeah.
And these are the words that appear.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
Thanks.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means Only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature.
Yeah, that's assuming I didn't forge it.
Sayaka's signature.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
You got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation. What
I thought he didn't like 3D.
Good point.
Of course, I'm only into 2D,
Aha!
so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Haha!
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.